Take a deep breath. Good morning. Steve here. And this will be the video number 6 on the continuation of the reading the book Attuned by Thomas Hubel out loud to you and to me. Because I've decided not to read ahead, to get the words at the same time you're getting the words. And so if they cause confusion, I'll be going into confusion at the same time you're going into confusion, and then we can possibly come out of confusion together. Because you can only learn something new through confusion. And I'll let you just think about that and make up the meaning of that for yourself, which is what we do anyway. So I'm just going to give a brief summary of the effect of this book on me this morning. The effect of what we read, I think it was yesterday, and how it affected me first thing this morning. So, I woke up out of the dream world, and I was in this state of panicky energy. And I went, panicky energy. It might be useful to do some breath work. That was my thought. I'm like, in this panicky energy, might be useful to do some breath work, and that will also strengthen my core muscles while I do it. So I did. So in this yogic breath work that I do, it's simply I inhale through my nose if it's open to having air passing through it. Sometimes it's not, but when it is, then I breathe in through my nose, fill up my lungs. When my chest is full, then I fill up my abdomen. And then when my abdomen is full, I squeeze the breath out using the muscles in the lowest part of the abdomen, really around the spine. I feel the feeling that I'm squeezing from the bottom up, squeezing that breath up, using those muscles to push the toothpaste out of the container. That's kind of a good image. So we're just squeezing this air out, and we're using muscles to move that air out, and then breathing back into the chest, then the abdomen, and then starting at the bottom and squeezing that air out again. And within a number of minutes, the panic energy was just completely gone. Now, don't be concerned about putting that panic energy out into the world, because it's only panicky energy when it's in you. It's only what you're making up. You're holding this energy, you're holding this vibration, and it's only what you're making up about it, but it does color how you perceive the world. So when you release it, and you possibly even state out loud, I disconnect from the energy of panic surrounding the planet. Or I disconnect from the matrix of panic surrounding the planet. Or I disconnect from the thought form of panic surrounding the planet. Clear that one up. Possibly I connect to my deep self and feel the peace and calm of the deep self as you connect to it. Maybe while I read the words from the book Attuned, you might concentrate on squeezing your breath out, or bringing the energy up through your spine and out through your crown while you listen to the words of the mystic and trauma therapist Thomas Hubel. I was saying Hubble, like the spacecraft, but when he says it, he says Thomas Hubel. I don't even know if I have it right, but there's like 2 dots on the top of the U. It's Hubl with 2 dots above the U. And this is the book. Let's see. Huh? There it is. Attuned, Practicing Interdependence to Heal Our Trauma and Our World, Thomas Hubel. He's a lovely man. He has videos on YouTube. I've been watching them for the past few weeks fairly frequently. They're useful. Okay. So, the last words from the last reading of the book were, making regular time to reflect on your experiences and to decompress and restore your energies allows you to digest the content of your life so that when you return to it, you can be more effective, more present, and more at peace. My little markers. Again, a stillness practice increases your sense of inner space, and the degree of inner spaciousness you experience is directly correlated to your capacity to handle complexity. What the late Oliver Wendell Holmes Jr. called the simplicity on the other side of complexity refers beautifully to this notion. Without sufficient space, however, complexity can overwhelm you, which creates a feeling of contraction. Your ability to adapt to complexity depends on your facility for inner space and witness, as well as on having the right cup, the inner structure or container through which to hold and process new information. Through meditation, you can discover that in fact you are space. You learn to attune to the stillness you inhabit. To enhance the spaciousness you occupy, and to listen deeply from this place to your interior and exterior environment, to both yourself and others. With greater connection to stillness, you have more availability, more room as a base from which to present your world, from which to presence your world. You can tune in and listen more fully, connect more deeply. Greater availability allows you not only to absorb what I share with you, but to host me within you. Of course, when you feel overwhelmed by the demands of life, your sense of stillness, spaciousness, and availability become reduced or absent, and your capacity to host another is compromised. You can no longer be fully present for other people. For these reasons, the ability to connect with stillness is a key ingredient for relationality. You know, there's enough in that paragraph to keep us practicing for a day. So I'm marking our place, and tomorrow will be another day, and tomorrow will be another reading from the book. I think going at this pace, where you're not being filled up in a state of contraction with ideas, but you're being given ideas to come out of a state of contraction and become more spacious. So if you can feel, even while I'm demonstrating this, if you can feel coming out of that state of contraction and coming into that state of spaciousness, you might more fully understand the words that I read from Thomas out loud in this time of being present and spacious. I really encourage you to make comments about what you notice change when you listen to these words and you shift your consciousness and your experience. If you find it useful, then write it down, because it may be that people read these comments. I read these comments. I don't really understand them. I think that one comment was in Polish or something, and it didn't have translate these words into English, and I don't speak Polish. So there's just these words that are Polish to me, and they could be, who knows, what other language. They just had that ski kind of energy to them. But feel free to make comments, and when you make that comment, make the comment from your consciousness, not in attempt to help others, but in being authentic. That alone helps all others, your authenticity. So just tune in to your inner self, to your authentic self, and share that with the world. And we'll just keep doing this, and we'll let the world be brand new by letting go of the world that we held in place in the past. And through our spaciousness, give space for a new world in which we're all working together in this Mayan calendar crystal month of cooperation. Okay. Pleasure as always, and I look forward to the next time that we meet again. And now must go.